One. How do I want to see this end up? I want to see Pedro, I want to see Mohamed Light, and we're finally getting it.
Absolutely, and last year maybe not as successful now, as you guys can see, this journey that they have gone on along the way. Right there, 2021, number 2, lower bracket final of the CRL 2025 World Finals. One player will go home with $50,000, the other one guaranteed a minimum of $100,000, and of course, second place. No one wants third, no one wants second. Everyone wants the crown. Who will it be? We're about to find out. 3 players remain, 2 though, with only 1 life to give. Lower bracket finals starts now.
Fire Spirit from Mohamed Light. And a Fisherman in response from Pedro. After looking at the Fisherman, we automatically have to assume it's going to be a Royal Giant. Mohamed Light with the Firecracker as well, and you got to think Hog, and that's exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah, you got to think Hog, and you got to think we're in a best of 5, seeing the Fire Spirit coupled with the Firecracker and Hog Rider. Usually the last choice on the list. Well, Heal Spirit's probably the last choice on the list. Usually goes E-Spirit these days, then Ice Spirit, then Fire, then Heal. So Mo Light already thinking about Game 5. Should he potentially have to get there against Pedro.
And Pedro could be repeating what he used in game number 1, going in with another RG Monk Wizard deck. Even if it didn't work out in his first set, he clearly thinks that he's onto something with this deck. And, you know, I love the confidence. If you're going to win, you need confidence, and this is how you do it.
And now Pedro going to have to think about stopping that Mighty Miner as this game goes on. He's got the guards, he's got the E-Spirit, he's got the Fish Boy. Great ways to get on top of it. And of course, doesn't have to worry about the reflection from the Monk like he did in game 1 of his previous set, which basically stole it from him. Friendly fire, if you will.
Both players waiting to hit 10 Elixir. Pedro again electing to leak. It's really interesting to see how he's playing a lot of these matches, allowing himself to leak when other players wouldn't.
Mo Light even leaking a couple Elixir there, then decides to cycle the Earthquake. And a Monk meets a Cannon. As Hog plus Guards goes opposite lane, Fishboy gonna try to activate King. Guards up high to pull the Guards and distract, get a King Tower activation, but something needs to get on top of that Firecracker and Guards. We always say King Tower activated, but at what cost? And this is a massive spend.
Just so smart, so aware. As soon as the Monk goes down, there's a reason why Pedro was leaking so much Elixir. He knew that he couldn't afford to go in, and he didn't even wait till double. If you're gonna wait that long, you have to continue to wait. Right here, though, this counter push can be a little bit deadly. Fisherman gonna yank onto the left side.
One more, does it get one more? And it's
that
done.
Last shot.
18-24, 10-33. Usually you don't want to go in the same lane with Hog Rider, but when you've got that much damage done, AC, is there really an option to switch? And Mo decides not to with this Earthquake.
Yeah, it's a little bit interesting to cycle the Wizard back there. You knew that your opponent wanted to take the shield off, wanted to cycle the Earthquake. I don't know what I would have preferred, maybe to place it high, but he doesn't do that. And now the Mighty Miner plus Firecracker plus Cannon, that's going to be an easy defense for Mohamed Light.
Mighty Miner back in cycle, Cannon down, Fishboy up high, so not able to pull this Hog. Nothing there for the Hog. Mighty Miner stays alive. That should be tower down. That is tower down. Mo Light takes game number 1. And now Pedro is starting to feel the pressure. You can see it on his face. You drop 1 game in the previous set, you feel okay.
Reaction. Because when he went in with that Monk on the other side, I feel like he...
Final best of 5 coming your way. And that is a card we have not seen yet this weekend, I believe, the Demolisher, and that is why we love the best of 5 format. It's a lot of cards in this game, AC. Some of them get neglected.
But luckily, we have our hero, Mohamed Light, to fix that problem. Pedro on the other side, going to be running what we're used to so far this tournament. Ice Spirit, Skellies, Miner, going to his bread and butter, a Miner cycle deck.
You see right there, E-Spirit now used here in game number 2 by Mo Light.
And just like a lot of Goblin Demolisher decks, he is going to be running Drill. Ghost, I believe, gets a shot on top of the tower, and the opposing Ghost, and it gets the tower down to 2765. Demolisher not able to explode on the Ghost, so a healthy Ghost going to need to defend.
A little Ice Spirit there, and Mo shaking his head. Pedro up by about 1. Berserker not going to be a threat. 27-65 to 2 untouched towers by Mo Light, who's had the only game without taking damage all weekend, I believe.
It's going to be incredibly difficult to do that against Miner, so if he does that again, I got $1 for him.
Big spender AC.
I mean, they're making a lot of money. So.
Already guaranteed $50,000.
Offensive poison going to be able to take out the Goblin Hut, and Pedro's offensive push going to force out the Evo Snowball on defense. So always a good push when you can get that Evo Snowball forced out on defense.
This feels like a must-win game for Pedro in terms of confidence, in terms of running his comfort deck, being able to have a relatively good matchup. I can't imagine he takes another loss here and then is able to bounce back and reverse sweep. So let's see if Pedro can even things up here as we take into 1 minute left in regulation.
Another high Goblin Hut. We're seeing a lot of these players realize quickly on that you need to be doing that. You need to be applying pressure. And right here, it's just Evo Ghost Battle Royale. And there, the Goblin Demolisher does make it to the tower, and we're going to see if the Demolisher takes it out in time. And we're seeing why Mohamed Light loves this card. Yes, he hasn't played at this tournament, but he does use it quite often, and he's just so skilled with it.
I believe Riley was running a deck with Magic Archer and Goblin Demolisher. He made a video about it a couple months back, talking about how Goblin Demolisher is still very, very strong. No one's really been using it at all this weekend, and definitely putting in some work right now.
And right there, one of the Evo Skellies staying alive, but the Demolisher going to explode on top of everything and take out all the troops. Evo Ghost over the middle, and it will not splash on top of the towers until it gets frozen. I believe it splashed on top of the Ghost.
Drill goes into the right here, 2071 to 2418. Evo Snowball comes down, late bar barrel to clean up. 1897 remains on Pedro's bottom right tower as his Miner chips away, shovels away to an even 22-22 top left for Mo. Minute 47 remaining here in overtime.
Beautiful Ghost right there. You're allowed 1 or 2, and this could be a pretty scary offensive push. Evo Ghost still not coming alive. Snowball on offense and a good defense from Pedro.
And Evo Skelly is going to work down the lane. Can't imagine we'll have another Evo Skelly moment, but we're all here for it. Goes high and in the middle with the Miner, hoping the Miner can tank for the right-hand side. But on the right side, the Ghosts are breaking through.
Right there, good E-Spirit. There's one full Ghost, one of the ghouls, Snowball on defense, and he's going to be able to protect his tower. Ghost, and what looked like that could be game over. Instead, Mohamed Light just defends beautifully like always.
Completely unfazed on the player cam there was Mohamed Light, AC. I thought we were going to have a blow open moment, if you will, there in terms of this game, and Mo Light quickly silences that. Evo Snowball back in cycle.
And right here, Demolisher going to explode on 2 of the minions, offensive poison, and that was an extra shot. I believe that was a Ghost. I believe that was a Goblin. Couldn't exactly tell, and that tower is now down to 1193.
Mo on the left tower, Drill on the right. Pedro trying to make anything happen. Ghost on the right tower of Mo, but Mo is heavily in the lead.
30 seconds left. Needs to figure something out. These E-Spirits are beautiful. Going to jump across everything, and I mean, I just don't exactly know. There's one minion, but it's not
almost
gonna do
gets
it.
there.
$12:45, 13 seconds left. One of the Miners going to town. He's going to be able to get the tower low, needs to defend it. Evo Snowball forced out.
975 bottom left, 911 top right. Pedro now in the lead with 3 seconds remaining. Poison's in, Poison wins it, and Pedro able to come back in the final moments, and that's exactly what he needed to do, AC.
He shouldn't have been able to do it. Mohamed Light, I mean, he controlled the entire game. 4 minutes, 50 seconds. I mean, 4 minutes and 50 seconds of the game. I was thinking Mohamed Light having 2 viewers and panicking and losing that game is that the next game, I'm only going to have 0 viewers. And so all these spectators, they're going to be wanting to watch. It doesn't matter if you lose 2 in a row. You got to watch. You got to see what is happening here.
Here we go. Game number 3, lower bracket finals, 2025 World Finals. Let's go. Looking like maybe even a mortar mirror matchup.
Ice Wizard to respond to the mortar, minions to help out, and the skeleton barrel almost explodes on top of the Ice Wizard. But that's still going to be that's still going to be a shot. Wow.
Just in time. And Pedro looking like he's running the deck that Mo created, while Mo is running the deck that has been very popular here on ladder. And that is a big spend by Pedro. That ability is going to clean things up, get some good damage on tower.
Yeah, zapping away, killing the Berserker, gets the tower down to 2391. And it's a very close game. Ice Wizard once again defending these mortars. And the Cannoneer is going to take it out just in time, getting the tower down to 2107.
2391, 2107 in a mortar matchup here. It's very interesting that Pedro has played a lot of mirror win-con matchups in these best of five. Started out with Sub going back to back, now here with Mo. Game 3.
.135 left. And both players just kind of stalling, waiting. And here's the push from Mohamed Light. And forget stalling, forget waiting. He's going all in.
And Boss Bandit there. He was to slow, but that ability should get a decent amount of value once again as the Boss Bandit turns around, does not dash to the Doctor, and the Doctor untouched crossing the river, got to spend even more. Does Pedro, 1957, 2066. The only grace he has is the fact that the Cannoneer Tower starts with less HP.
Evo Skeleton Barrel trying to take out the minions, and that's exactly what's going to happen. And Mohamed Light doesn't have a lot of elixir. Ice Wizard going to be forced out.
Does he have the fireball? He does. That should be a lot. Oh, perfect gang there from Mo, knowing how this deck is built, considering he's the one that made it popular this weekend.
And right there, Evo Skeleton Barrel going to be able to lock onto the mortar, take it out completely. Minions in response, and a defensive mortar forced out as well.
How expensive that Boss Bandit is and how it dashes all over the board. Not really a great distraction for an opponent's mortar. So Pedro forced to use a mortar of his own defensively.
Goblin Gang at the bridge, trying to take it out in time, and that's exactly what's going to happen. Defensive arrows. Doesn't matter that the mortar's out, you still need to take care of the Goblin Gang. High E-Wiz takes out the Skeleton Barrel perfectly. And here is another push from Pedro. This is just push after push, offense against offense.
Barrel gets in front of the E-Wiz there, Boss Bandit in. Cannon Cart plus Cannoneer doing a good job cleaning everything up. Dashes to the wrong side. And I don't know if that was an overspend by Pedro. We'll see if he can defend here.
Yeah, it felt like he didn't really get all that much value from those activated abilities. Skeleton Barrel popping on the right side, minions plus the Doctor on the left. And
he needs something here to clean up this mortar. E-Wiz distracting enough. His mortar will distract. Cannon Cart comes down. Never what you want to see when you're running mortar.
And right there, we should see an Ice Wizard come down, and that's exactly what's going to happen. A pretty healthy mortar on the left side, and it's going to force out a defensive Goblin Gang, but not before it gets two shots, and not before it allows Mohamed Light to get aggressive again.
Another mortar down. Berserker to distract, but should get pulled out of range in just a second. No, it does not. Mortar comes down just in case for Pedro to play some defense. 1828, 1628, separated by 200 HP. That mortar will take the lead on the left-hand side if it's left undefended by Pedro.
Wow, and again, Mohamed Light, forgetting about the mortar, just going in aggressive with his Goblinstein, and it's going to set himself up for another Evo mortar on the left, plus Skeleton Barrel.
Evo mortar almost locks again. Pedro gets his defensive mortar down just in time. Goblin Gang going to distract for one shot, going to need something else for the next.
Goblin Gang on defense with the help of the Ice Wiz, no damage, and again, Goblinstein on the left, getting aggressive as he can be.
Sometimes the best defense AC is just a whole lot of offense, and that is exactly what Mo's trying to do here. Pedro really could not take that Skelly Barrel drop. He takes the damage, he takes some damage from some of the Larrys as well. 1787, 1321, 20 seconds remain.
At this point, Mohamed Light can defend and win out. The Skeleton Barrel does pop. The Ice Wiz does come down too low. 10 seconds
Can he
left
get back to Fireball? Can he get back to Fireball log? Evo Barrel's in. Fireball. Log.
Arrows come down. What are the Skellies? But Mo still wins it. Mo still wins it. What are the
30 HP. 30, 23 HP. An insane nail-biter between Mo Light, who now takes the advantage 2-1 in this best of 5. He'll be sent home, world number 3, world number 2 back in 2023, but that ever-elusive championship still out of reach. Can he do it? Game number 4, Pedro's life on the line. Let's go.
Mohamed Light opting to go quick cycle miner. One of the most intimidating ways to see your opponent start. Seeing Mo play a bunch of cards in a miner.
Ice Wiz, Snowball, Evo, Bomber in support of his Skeleton King. Mo going straight control here. Imagine we're going to see a rocket. There's the log. Can he do what Pedro did to sub in the last set?
Yeah, and I could be completely wrong, but I'm thinking Mo has a great matchup. The Dark Prince always going to be able to clean up the drills very nicely. Bats get on top of the tower, and these little small mistakes, these tiny little errors are going to add up quickly. The rockets at the very end of the game, knowing Mo, he can cycle 3 rockets in 20 seconds, so you need to get that damage advantage, and so far, Mo starting off strong.
And if Pedro also has the rocket, and it's constantly defended by the delivery or Dark Prince, that rocket is nullified, AC. Obviously, you get the damage on tower, but the idea is to also take out the troops, so you're not making too large of a negative trade. And Mo Light has all the answers.
Log plus delivery, and really plus Evo Tesla and Dark Prince. I mean, half the deck is a hard counter. He can go with an early log because he has so many options. The Skellies even can be a hard counter. Skellies plus log, defending very nicely. Pedro just struggling right now.
Yeah, Pedro probably trying to do a whole lot of math in his mind to figure out how on earth do I play through this matchup. Mo on the other side has the luxury, as you said, AC, of a phenomenal matchup. So many responses. All he has to do is do what he does best. Play those Teslas, send in the miners, and defend better than anyone else in the world.
And right there, overspending with the log, you see him slightly frustrated. He knows that that wasn't the best play. And it's weird, it feels like Mo has gotten more nervous in this game, knowing that he has the matchup, knowing that he should be sending himself to the to the championship game if he plays it perfectly.
It's a really good point that you make there. It does seem like Mo is just a little bit like, I have this match. There's the rocket we're talking about. Dark Prince shield comes off. Great counter push coming in both lanes now. Bats plus miner to the left. Nothing there for the Bats. There's the Ice Wiz. Maybe a late delivery here as the Dark Prince connects. No, a Skeleton King comes down, and now a rocket out from Mo on the right-hand tower, taking the lead by 1,100.
3 seconds away from overtime, and Mohamed Light just controlling this game entirely. Set himself up so beautifully with this matchup. Skellies do come down. Rocket will get a little bit of value.
There's just no way.
There's just no way. 600 HP separating the two players. Another rocket going to come down. Does it catch the Ice Wiz?
Wow.
It will. And so this miner is just going to chip away.
AC, it's a little early, but that shot right there from the rocket may have been the nail in the coffin here for Pedro. 651, 2 rockets away is Mo Light from another grand finals at CRL World Finals.
Snowball not taking off the shield, so it's going to provide an easy defense for the Dark Prince. Delivery going to come down, 455 HP with the help of the rocket. You're going to get down to 84.
That's it.
Plus the Dark Prince. It's over.
Mohamed Light, 5 World Finals in a row, 2 championships under his belt, and now returning to the grand final stage is the greatest of all time. The best matchup that you could hope for after playing through a nail-biter of a Game 3. Mo Light does it again.
Hundreds of millions have tried, only 2 have succeeded. Thousands of hours of training have led up to this moment. He sent Mo to the lower bracket yesterday. Can he win again? Everyone, give it up for Cal Sub! He's a man who needs no introduction. He is going for his 3rd Clash Royale League World Finals title. Round of applause for Mohamed Light!
this in moments like this. And both these guys are nails when it comes to nerves.
And you see there what we're playing for, the crown. Only one can wear it. Who will be the 2025 Clash Royale League World Champion? Sub Mohamed Light, $200,000, and the title starts now.
And this crowd here at DreamHack is ready in Atlanta. They want to know who's the greatest.
And Mohamed Light had a lot of success with this deck earlier. See him going back to the well in game 1.
Curious which version it's going to be. Will it be the Boss Bandit version? There's many versions out there with Mortar and Evo Barrel. Looking more like it could. But Berserker also shows up in a lot of those decks.
Yeah, Berserker is certainly having a coming out party here at this competition.
And Boss Bandit does come in, but with a change of the barrel, usually the log fireball combo. Again, this is a best of 5. You've got to do stuff like that if you want to be in a good position down the line.
Boss Bandit setting up in front of the skeleton barrel, doing some tanking for a moment. Gets the cannon off, pulled towards the King Tower, but the dash back to avoid the activation. Mohamed Light quick on the fingers.
I like that play there by Sub, just recognizing I can activate King Tower if you make a mistake, but I know you won't, so I'm ready to go with the next spot. Great heads-up play from both these guys. Sub still in the lead, even though more damage has been done to his towers.
As a note here, Sub has run these hog decks in practice a lot, but mostly going with a Tesla version or with an XE NATO version. So think about some of those pieces he might be saving for this best of 5.
Definitely. EQ is the spell of choice. I like that instead of going something bigger. I know Juicy talked about the Void spell, but I don't know, buddy. I don't know if that's going to happen today.
It's best of 5, it's World Finals. Just about anything can happen. We'll see if we go there right now with 2 minutes away, moving into double elixir time. So far, pretty much razor thin.
Setting up that cannon early, trying to get to the Evo cannon as soon as possible. Evo Firecracker in play already. Nice E-Spirit Plus should clean all this up. An early log! An early log, and Mo saw it! I think Sub thought that the Firecracker was going to pop both of the barrels there because it was the Evo Cracker, and he just misses the log.
That's a pretty big gap to open up. 716 bottom right tower, 2099 on the top left, and we are getting closer and closer to sudden death.
And a small thing that Sub can hold on to is that there was a misplay there by Mo to activate King Tower with the Firecracker. Evo Mortar down. Earthquake in, Skellies to distract. And the Skellies don't distract! The Skellies are out of position! 2 shots in, barrel to tank. Goblins taking for the barrel. Boss Bandit on the left-hand side. Mo Light has blown this wide open.
And now he just sits back, doesn't make a mistake, and rides out these 2 minutes to a game 1 victory.
First fireball's in. Mo's all smiles right now. Sub doing anything that he can. But this is swimming upstream. Ice skating uphill.
Earthquake trying to break through. Hog's not going to get it. Fireball puts Mo into the winner's column. Game 1 for the Pharaoh.
Beautiful stuff there. He's got to win 5 more. Things like that. I think the way that Mo's been playing Drill, just go to Drill in game 2. You've already got an advantage. You've already been playing it so perfectly. It's been very hard to stop all weekend. And instead we see Barrel early on here from Sub.
And Mohamed Light with the bomber. So Drill certainly a possibility here. Drill plus Evo Valk.
And this could just be crazy bait with wall breakers still. Princess, the Dark Gob, the Barrel. Wall breakers high here. There they are.
Takes a little swing from the Valkyrie. All of it shuts it down.
And with Mo Light looking like he's playing Drill, this is going to be very, very interesting when you start working that Evo Snowball into the equation. Maybe using wall breakers to take the Drill out more than you'd like. Perfect Fire Spirit jumps. But after losing confidence in interactions in game 1, will Sub be able to pull it off?
And goes for the snowball on the Dark Goblin to clear, and that's going to get some good damage.
Wow.
Bomber getting tanked for, and Mohamed Light pretty much evens things up, 21-71 to 21-33.
Brilliant decision making there by Mo. Nice shot here from the Princess at the bridge by Sub. Probably not going to get many more of those throughout this game. 1965, 21-71. Sub in the lead by a hair, and probably wishes that that Dark Goblin stayed alive, Rich.
Yeah, Sub taking the bet that Log wouldn't come out in game number 2, and so far, so good for him. You saw Mo didn't love that last little bit of interaction, and as we get closer and closer to our double elixir time, he sets up with the Goblin Hut.
Sub really needs to make these double barrels, these gob barrel evolutions, cause some damage when you talk about the responses that Mo has. Whether it's just making things played awkwardly by Mo, getting things out of cycle for his offensive pushes.
Evo Snowball takes the Valk back.
And there we go.
Wow.
That's exactly what I was talking about. If you're going to defend that way, you have to have the perfect Fire Spirit jump, and his micro is just not on right now.
We've seen the hands shake on stage before, and while we have the face cam, we don't have the hand cam at this World Finals.
Would have loved to see that barrel go opposite side. Have the real goblins on the left-hand side with the tank. Instead, pretty clean defense, 1845 to 1822.
Both players doing a great job of consistently pressuring both lanes, and you see it paying off here for Sub as he now puts both towers under 1900.
And trying to get some princesses on the board, but giving poison value is Sub. Dark Goblin dropped in the poison.
Oh boy.
Rich, this is exactly what I am talking about. Sub is out of sorts at the moment.
Snowball pushes, forces some more drops to cover, but damage done. 1558 on the right-hand side.
And Sub, still in this fight, has got to lock down his interactions yesterday.
Keep in mind, if it's super tight as we get late, Sub will have to get on tower. Mohamed Light does have direct spell damage.
And Princess stays alive just a little longer than Mo would have liked. Dark Goblin also. And now Princess here to help clean up this Gob Hut. High Valkyrie to block. Beautiful stuff here from Mo.
And the Evo Snowball to send everything back. Bomber to try to cover on one side, guards on the other. And it does not allow the wall breakers to connect, but damage on the left-hand side is massive.
Yeah,
down to 1221.
Real Goblins do a lot of damage there. Valkyrie up high to protect against this Princess. Valkyrie on the other side to protect the Dark Goblin. Sub turning the pressure up, building some confidence. That should go down.
Final minute, triple elixir flowing.
And just gonna eat some of that. No, he does not. Last second Valkyrie. Bomber taken off the board, but does do the job against the Dark Goblin.
Not only does Sub have the lead, but he has both lanes, and that's gonna be huge here as he can go opposite, but he can also, if he has to, he can win in that right-hand side.
And I love what he's doing with the princesses here, Rich. You know Mo wants to poison the right side, so make these princesses take over the board. Control the board. Protect your princess.
Goblins on the right-hand side take it down to 1280. Mohamed Light in trouble in both lanes. Poison down, gives him the lead, but for how long?
Pressure, pressure, pressure here from Sub. He cannot let Mo get back on offense. Needs to defend.
The
high drill.
The defensive drill, will it be enough?
That's enough!
Mohamed Light, brilliant in defense, takes a 2-0 lead.
Insane pressure from the Brazilian. Starts recognizing to stack the princesses late, knowing Mo has to go poison right-hand side. And then the last second defensive drill, you see him go, that was pretty smooth.
That was...
And just get miners out. Here we go. Game 3. Will this be a clear sweep in our first grand finals? Or will Sub be able to turn things around?
Other big question here is if Sub goes cycle, which it looks like he's going to be doing, what does that leave him for games 4 and 5? Right, it's pretty easy to put him on some stuff when you get into the championship rounds, now that we're 3 cycle decks down.
And we see the Tesla and log out already for Mo Light. Looking like it could be a version of Mortar here from Sub. And gonna figure out what the spell power is relatively soon on both sides.
Cannon cart breaks down, plenty away from that tower. Mo forced to cover those skellies, and you see him going, all right, I had to do that.
Looking like he could be going to Hog Rider.
Good little bit of pressure here from Sub on the left-hand lane, and now going back to the right. Tesla out for Mo.
Still haven't seen what the second Evo is from Sub. As a gang for pressure and a late Fire Spirit.
And it survives.
Beautiful interaction there.
So spell-wise, what's Mohamed got going on here? Obviously, Earthquake is one you would think of, but Lightning open as well.
And
there you go.
Lightning comes down in the back there. Mo at 27.66. The one nice thing is the Lightning is so expensive, you can start to stack cannon carts one side, Kelly King the other. You can defend your mortar a little bit more. You can get a little more aggressive with mortars because you have the cannon cart there that can break down. But the thing that you're thinking about is, how do I get damage on tower? I need a barrel to get through, or I need a mortar to connect, and those are two very difficult things to do against Mo Light.
Middle mortar picks it up with the Mighty Miner.
And cannon cart. It's getting a lot of lightning value there, maybe trying to bait it out of Mo, and he does take it.
But these are going to be some big hits. 2 from the Hog, I believe. Oh, it stops the second.
And now the mortar down. Evo mortar in play. Fire Spirit, wow! Perfect timing on that Fire Spirit. Bat goes down just in time.
Skelly Kings in both lanes. Evo Firecracker trying to work on the defensive side. Mortar still at about a third health.
He needs his arrows to get rid of that Firecracker right now. Does Sub, not able to do it. Mortar off the board, no damage in.
You should expect a little King Tower activation there. That will be helpful in the long run.
Firecracker splash goes to the other side. Mo Light still has both lanes at his disposal.
Sudden death overtime. And Sub setting up the Skelly Barrel way low.
And I like how Mo is just not even, I'm not even going to play with it. Every time that cannon cart's in the back, I'm going to take the lightning value. I don't care what lane it's in. I don't care which tower is lower, at least right now. 90 seconds remain in overtime. Game 3, grand finals. And a bit of a stalemate for Sub.
Yeah, he's got to figure out what can he do to get to the second level. He's again in a situation.
And that Firecracker is going to be devastating here. Does get a shot in. Mighty Miner bomb goes off as well. And Sub cannot get on offense. Tesla here to block? No. Mighty Miner to kite or distract. Skeleton King looking for it. And a perfect lightning again from Mo. But a shot does get in. Late ability. And that's going to be very little damage. And Mo goes, you almost predicted me, but that one goblin stays alive.
Yeah, that arrows feels like a late gasp there, as there was just one little ghostly skeleton there.
And looking for the mortar defensively as Mo goes lightning early. This is a last chance effort here for Sub. He's got to win the game with this push. He's not even going to get to the push. Mo Light trying to break through an ocean of goblins, and still Mo Light's Hog gets on tower.
Mo has to get to that lightning. That's a lot on the left-hand side, a lot on the right-hand side.
And going for the block is Sub. Now maybe going to drop goblins in the back. Mo's looking for it, trying to find a spot for that lightning. And there it is. And he gets it! 3 up, 3 down. And he heads right back to get ready for round 2. Sub standing on stage, still wondering what happened. An onslaught. 3 up, as you said, and 3 very quick down from the goated one.
There, a 5-piece troop. Of course, you saw a gang out there. That's 6 on top of it, but then, of course, the Gob's not able to pick it up as he went for 2 and 1 on the outside.
Teams mode, you know that no matter what the matchup is, they're always going to root for their home guy in Sub. And here we go. Grand finals. 5 games at most. CRL 2025. Will we see the first ever 3-time? Or can Sub take the championship home to Brazil?
And Sub going something fast one more time, and he did not like losing that Dark Goblin so quickly, and there's a mortar connection to open up the game.
I mean, that is already a horrible start for Sub. You talk about not letting the mortar lock on the Skellies. Dark Goblin comes in, it's the closest unit. Mortar goes to the closest unit that's in range, gets on top of the Dark Goblin, that's wasted elixir. Then he has to overspend with the minions, and then Mo gets a connection. Easy fireball there.
I really don't love seeing Sub go right back to a cycle deck to open things up. I don't believe that Mortar gets there. No, not with the Goblin Gang. There is an activation you can pull there.
And Mo's done it during World Finals.
Yep. You know, it's interesting in this situation, we're talking about maybe looking for Sub to go with something heavy. He's not super great with P.E.K.K.A. Gob Giant, with E-Giant, with Golem. He's okay with things like Graveyard, the Lava deck. We might see him go Lava, P.E.K.K.A. Bridge Spam. But those big, heavy ones that are usually the massive swings, not really in his wheelhouse.
Yeah, and you know, I do understand how strong they are in the meta right now, but it's always so tough to kind of, you know, place and pray, as we say when we talk about heavy decks. You know, we always talk about outplayability with faster cycle decks, which is why you see Sub continuing to go that direction. But maybe a beatdown attempt is the way to go after the first 3 games didn't go your way. Mo does allow that Mortar to connect for a couple shots on the left-hand side, so Sub not down, or down but not out. And this Boss Bandit should be cleaned up by that Berserker.
Yeah, you saw Mohamed try to get the Goblin Gang down in time, timed with that Boss Bandit reset ability, but it was a little bit too far outside. Mortar goes ahead and connects, and Sub's right back in this one.
Going for a near mirror here, but obviously the E-Wiz and the Dark Goblin, 2 very different pieces of this equation, and the Fireball from Mo hitting that Dark Goblin, I'd start abusing it if I was Sub and then figure out a way to get the minions involved as well. And there you go, minions high, Fireball's out. And there's the Dark Goblin, just the way you want to see it. That's going to be, I was just going to say, that's going to be so much of this matchup, Rich, is trying to get that Fireball out from Mo and then abuse the other card that is best used with, or best defended with Fireball.
And what a smart Skeleton Barrel up there at the top, knowing that it was going to get taken down and pop those skeletons to control those Boss Bandits.
Yeah, Skeleton Barrel is just such a great siege defense, you know, after its evolution especially. You talk about that double drop, it does so much damage, and then your opponent sits there and goes, is it even worth trying to take care of the Skellies? Fireball in, now the minions come down. There you go, Clockwork. Clockwork usually doesn't work against Mo Light, though.
Sudden death overtime. Mohamed Light with a fairly solid lead, 1570 on the left-hand lane, 1728 on the right-hand tower for Sub.
And I was just going to say, I'd love to see a high Dark Goblin there, but almost on walking towards the other side. Now maybe giving some value here.
And just continue to chip away in both lanes. We talk about the things that Mo does very well. It's early dual lane pressure.
And the interactions with the Boss Bandit definitely going in Mo Light's favor, at least in this instance. 1570, 2084, game 1 of our upper bracket grand final reset.
And you see with the lead right now, he's comfortable to go defensive Mortar and just be the one controlling.
Still trying to figure out what that last card is from Sub. Feeling more and more like it is Lightning.
Let's make this quick.
Evo Mortar sets up on the right-hand side. Final minute, triple elixir. The last thing that Sub can have happen is to go down 4 in a row.
Dark Goblin gets sniped there. And Sub, once again, just finding an incredibly difficult time breaking through. Maybe he heard us talking about how that other deck doesn't work very well, but this one also really struggling to get on tower.
And arrows once again, yeah.
Yep. Makes sense, but just not ideal, Rich. And another Mortar down for Sub, 18 seconds remains. He needs that Mortar to connect and then some, and there's just absolutely no way as another big connection on the right-hand side. Boss Bandit breaks on through. Barrel's gonna drop down. Sub, 4 in a row to his opponent, and only 2 lives to give in his 2025 run.
Feels like he's facing off against Thanos. I am inevitable.
I couldn't agree more. The crowd can feel it. Sub seems to be feeling it. And Mo knows history is on the matchup. I don't want to see him try to go in a, you know, I would be more okay with a minor off, if you will, than I would a drill situation. Sure. But I would like to see him go maybe to drill, Game 2, grand finals, coming your way.
Fireball and Barb Barrel and E-Wiz all out for Mohamed, and he goes minor. And might Sub be doing the same?
It feels like Mo is just going to control again, and I think Sub is hearing you, Rich. I think he's going to try to go a little heavier, go RG.
Yep.
And I think Mo is just right back to defending, cycling. Miner's on tower. He's got the guards. He's got the Evo Ice Spirit. He's got the log. He's got so many ways to reset and stun and control that Royal Giant. Does take a Royal Ghost shot, and Mo goes, all right, you can have that. First thing in 4 games.
Generally, Sub is viewed as being pretty good with Royal Giant. We haven't seen him play it a lot in competitive compared to the more cycle-heavy stuff he's been doing.
We saw him do great with it against Pedro earlier today, so I like that he's going back to something that did work. Mo already recognizing, all right, I know what I'm up against. I'm going to just get a Tesla down, try to get towards my Tesla evolution. Good luck breaking through.
Guards are going to give a lot of trouble to that Fisherman. And the tension in this room right now, Andrew.
Yesterday we said it, I can echo it right now, as there's hundreds of people behind us and you could hear a pin drop. Waiting, hanging on bated breath to see, will the GOAT be the first ever to repeat the first 3 time? Or can the Cinderella story of Sub continue on?
First Royal Giant.
I just don't know how you're going to break through, how you're going to beat the cycle. Teslas are out early. Guards are always there to protect the Fisherman. Logs and Ice Spirits. Oh my.
Oh my, indeed. Evo Tesla out preemptively.
I mean,
and look at that.
That's just one of those things where you're like, I don't even care about playing my Evo when you're not on offense. I just need to, just Sim City, as we call it. Buildings down, always gonna have that second building ready. You have another RG, I have another Tesla. Guards off the board instantly.
Lead is, for the moment, for Sub, 27-13 to 26-68. From the top right of your screen down to your bottom left. And now Sub gets aggressive at the bridge.
And hyper aggressive at the bridge. Log plus E-Spirit to clean up the guards. And I was gonna say, should get a shot, but there's that Evo Ice Spirit we were talking about. Just so many ways to control this game. The only way to win this is for an Evo Royal Ghost to cause problems on Sub's end. That's what Sub needs to have happen. How can I make the Evo Royal Ghost make Mo spend more than he wants? And Mo goes, I'm very happy to take that tower damage, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, we saw him doing that the other day, throwing this rocket on top of the cycled RG in the back.
Evo Ghost cycled in the back for Sub.
And I like that delivery, going to that inside in the hopes that it would go back and help. Doesn't do it here, gets taken off the board. And now this is what you're talking about. Can the Evo Ghost do a little work? This case, not going to give him much.
And Mo still gets the damage on the RG and the tower from the rocket. 21-46, 26-27. 1 minute remains in overtime.
Low Tesla here. That's going to give some fireball value.
Just, you almost feel bad for him, just like you did for Pedro. There's just no way to break through.
Royal Giant to the right-hand lane. Trying to force expenditure out away from his weak side tower. Evo Ghost goes into the guards, maybe to add pressure in both lanes, cleaned up by the delivery and log.
Mo Light looks more locked in than we've ever seen him before, Rich.
Just a few more moments of defense from Mohamed Light. We see the little smile.
5 in a row. back-to-back-to-back-to-back game wins after doing it to Pedro.
What can you say?
I'm speechless. There's medium success.
He's a pretty decent lava player.
Yeah.
He's a guy who can play lava. I mean, I think some of the concerns there are what spells are left, but at this point, you can't have concerns. You just have to go, go, go. And here we go. Mohamed Light on the precipice of history. Can Sub stop him?
You see there his biggest rivals of Sub, Pedro and Mo Light. He was able to deal with one of them today. The other one, giving him a lot harder time. You see the Gob cage come out and Mo nod. Maybe he is going to the skies.
Yep.
Could also be going piggies. Could be going piggy zappies. Zap makes me think to the skies.
Zap certainly does feel that way. We have seen him run Royal Hogs pretty well, but Zap would be a strange choice.
And Mo going with this very popular bait deck on ladder. We'll see if he's going to rock the Rascals or if he's got a different trick up his sleeve. I like this call from Mo, though, because you know Sub is feeling the pressure, and you have to have your micro interactions absolutely dialed to keep up with this deck that Mo's running, especially when you get to triple. And the curse comes out defensively.
Damage in both lanes for Mohamed. Now he pressures the right-hand side.
And Valkyrie doing a great job cleaning up that Royal Ghost evolution. The question is, Rich, a lot of times when we talk about going to the skies, going with Lava Hound, there has to be a moment where you sacrifice damage or a tower usually to get your lava on the board, or you have to make your opponent make mistakes elixir-wise so you get the advantage. As you can see right now, only about 1 elixir up and a couple thousand HP down.
Yeah, that's a really tough one. And now that we know that it's going to be no spell, no big spell, obviously you have to contend with the vines.
Yep.
But if you can keep that flying machine, stack a couple flying machines, start abusing them.
And the Goblins on tower. Evo Zap has to come down defensively there. Zappy's stunning, gonna get a double connection on the left-hand side. And the crowd can feel it. Dark Goblin to snipe, just in range.
And the vines.
And Mo knows. You can see it on his face. Greatness. The spell power. There's no way to deal with the Zappies and with the Dark Goblin. And the barrel goes in. Mo's got his hands on his head.
And what a perfect curse. We're in sudden death overtime. Sub hanging on by a thread.
112 HP separates Mohamed Light from being the first ever 3-time.
Oh my word, wall breaker.
And the Vines comes in cycled on the left-hand side, 36 HP, 1 more Vines, 3 titles.
And here we go. That is gonna be it. Vines hit, Mohamed Light, 3-time world champion.
He's been the best in the game for years, but now it's undisputed. The reigning, back-to-back, 3-time world champion. The Pharaoh's done it again.
Will there ever be another like him? I don't believe so.
That man right there is 1 in a billion.
Mohamed Light, take your crown.
Lift it up. Show the world.
One more time for the greatest of